How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Emnix plays a couple games of something else. You know, we have a bit of a break between Path of Exile seasons, and I figured, this is a good time to try out new games that I've never really gotten a chance to play before. And in this case, this is a game that's coming out in August 25th, so in the distant future, actually. So not an old game necessarily. But this is a game that I've been very excited for. This is a game created by the folks out at Temple Gate Games, and they have released other sort of board games for both PC as well as mobile. And if you guys follow my new YouTube channel or my Twitch streams, you would know that I'm actually a very avid board gamer. But unfortunately, due to COVID and social distancing and so on, physical board gaming isn't exactly feasible right now. So I figured, why not show a couple digital board games that you could potentially play either on your own or with friends. In this case, we're gonna try out Roll for the Galaxy. Now, Roll for the Galaxy is, I believe originally there was a card game called Race for the Galaxy. This is basically that, but the dice version, Roll for the Galaxy. So let's get in here, do a new game. Let's do 4-player with easy AI, and I'll try to sort of explain the game. So you can play between, against 2 to 5 players, I guess. So you know what? Let's do 3 players, just so that it's a little bit easier to understand. And then let's get right into it. 3, 4, 3. Sure, let's do this. Alright, so just to start, the AI, I suppose, is a little bit complicated. So if you don't know how to play the game, you'd be looking at this and going, what the heck am I looking at? So I'm going to try my best to explain how the game itself works. Now, if you're playing on your own and you don't have me explaining this to you, there's always a rulebook available. So there's the rulebook here, and you could get, the rules of, what to do, how the game works. There are also some rules of, how digital play differs from physical play. And then there are also these things which have to do with the actual dice rolls and your dice distributions and so on. So right from the get-go, Roll for the Galaxy is a game where you roll dice in order to build out your empire of cards, I suppose. These things are cards, right? Things like this. And there are a lot of nuances to the game, but I would say that's the easiest, the simplest explanation. Every turn you get a bunch of dice in your cup. So right now you can see I have 3 white dice in the cup. And then you could potentially add more dice from a pool. It's called the citizenry, which is right here. So there are 2 dice in the citizenry. So why are there like all these dice in here in the first place, right? You start off with 2 cards. You have the home world, I believe, or something like that, like the starting faction. I believe this is the faction card, and then you have a starting world. So you can see the other 2 players. How do I get to them? Like here, one guy starts with this faction and this world, and then the other guy starts with this faction and this world. So these 2 are my starting, and the way it works is, let's see. So this guy. There are 2 symbols in the game. The diamonds are development cards, and then the circles are, I believe they're called settlements. Or they're called worlds. Development and worlds, or something like that. So this guy, it says, during the development phase, I get $1 for each blue die in my citizenry. So this is the citizenry right here, right? And then this guy is gain a blue good on this world at the start of the game, which is why there's this little dice on here. And then this guy is basically the same thing. Now when the game starts, I get 2 starting cards, and I get to choose whether I want this to start as the world, or you can potentially flip this. So you get a starting world and a starting development. So here are the developments, here are the worlds. So you get to pick, either you start with these 2 or you flip them, and then you start with these 2. Now I'm looking at mine, and we have a lot of blue stuff, or cyan. and +2 for each good you trade this turn from a cyan world. So it seems like there's some synergy there. I'm not gonna really... The thing with this game is you don't necessarily need to pay attention to what the other guy is doing, especially early on if you don't know what you're doing. And I'm not really that good at this game. I do own the physical copy of this game, and I've played it a few times with my friends. But again, I haven't been able to play with many people. And then this is also a blue world, which gives us some dice, which is, you know what, cool. So let's just click done. So this is our construction queue, right? So every time we do any sort of development, we work on this guy, and every time we build a world, we work on this guy, which were the 2 cards that we picked at the beginning of the game. So now we have 3 dice in our cup, right? And then we get to roll our 3 dice. And what happens is you end up, each of the dice represents one of these 5 icons, and I believe you also have a wild. Yeah, so you can get potentially these 6 icons, and depending on the dice that you get, they have different weight distributions. So for example, the white dice has 2 of the faces are the explore phase, 1 of the faces is the development, 1 is settle, this one is produce, and this one is trade, something like that. And you can actually click on these to figure out what they do. So this one's explore. So let's take a look at our dice. So they already, you put them into their associated phases. So we got these 3. And then this one is explorer. So you could potentially use one of the dice to scout. So you discard numbers from your construction zone, which are these 2 cards that we picked at the beginning. Or we can gain credits, which is money, which is used to buy dice out of the citizenry. So this is going to make sense after a bit. Or we could do develop. Settle, we didn't roll any settle dice. Produce, we didn't really roll any produce dice. And then we could also ship, which is trade a good to gain credits based on the world's trade rate. Or you could consume, which is consume a good, earning 1 to 3 victory points. Okay. So I am thinking, so notice how there are these locks. So besides assigning your dice to the respective phase, so what we're doing right now is we're going to pick a phase that we want to lock in. And you can use any of these 3 dice to pick a phase. So I don't think I'm going to do the explore phase. What I want is I want to do the develop phase. So I'm going to use one of the dice to lock in the develop phase. And these other guys are doing the same thing. So everyone's doing this at the same time. So what happens now is I lock in the development phase, and I get to use these 2 dice towards development. And then I also have 1 more dice that I can't really assign elsewhere because, you know, you can only use 1 dice as a wild card for assignment. And I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to assign it here. That means this one cannot go anywhere except for the ship phase. But if any of the other PCs or other opponents decide to lock in the shipment phase, I get to use this dice towards that. So I know for sure that development phase is happening. So I'm going to hit done. Do I want development phase? I think so, right? Yeah, I think this makes the most sense. So let's do this. So okay, so this guy locked in shipment. So one of my dice that I had put in shipment is going to be used. The other guy, player 2, locked in explore, which I didn't have any dice in, which means I can't do anything there. And I locked in development. So explore happened. Player 2 had 1 dice in it, so he did some kind of explore. And then it's my turn. I have a development card that I want to develop on, and the cost of the development card is 2, as it says right here. So I'm going to use 2 of my dice, going to put it into this pool, and it's going to be used towards the cost. 2 dice for 2 cost. That means I can now afford this development card, so I'm going to place it. And what this development card does is every time I trade, plus $2 for each good you trade this turn from a novelty, from a blue world. So if I were to take my shipment, like my ship, drag it on a world that has cargo, so both of these have cargo, so it doesn't matter which one. If I trade it, I would get $5. If I consume it, I would get 2 victory points. So as you can kind of see, when you do the shipment phase, you can either trade a good or you can consume a good. Trading a good means selling the good for money, and then consuming the good means consuming it for victory points. Now, it's pretty early in the game, so I'm gonna trade it for money. And I'm gonna finish with that. So normally, the appeal of this game, really, if you were to play the physical board game, because every time you play the physical game, there's like there's a tactile feel towards playing, right, versus playing digitally. And the appeal of this game physically is you get to roll these dice, right? You get a little cup, you get to roll dice, and then you get to place your dice in different places. Now in the digital version, you don't get that. However, it does streamline things a lot. They take a lot of the rules that normally you would take a long time reading, and they sort of do all of that for you. So there's even an auto button that says, like, typically, if when I traded, I got money. And what money does is it looks at the citizenry, and for every dollar I have, I get to return one of the dice back to my cup, right? But instead, I can just hit the auto button and it'll return all of my dice for me, which is awesome, right? So I took my $6 that I gained. I had $1 by default, and then I traded using the ship phase, and got $5 more. So I had $6, which means I got 6 dice back. So now we just rinse and repeat. Now it's next turn. I have 6 dice now in my cup. I'm gonna roll this, and let's just play it out, right? So this time, and again, you can use the auto button. Before, I was manually placing the dice into the respective phases, but I could actually hit the auto button and it'll automatically go into the phase I want. Now I have 1 wild card, right? And the reason why I have a wild card is because if you look at the dice distribution for blue, it's weighted towards 2 towards consume, produce, and ship, 1 towards explore, and 1 towards wild. So the wild can actually go anywhere I want. So what do I want to do this turn? Well, I have nothing on my development stack. So I don't care for that as much. I would love to build another world if I could. So maybe I'll do this. So what I'll do is I'll lock in the world building. I'll put some dice into explore, and then I'll put 1 into produce. Produce, once again, it produces a good on a non-gray world in your tableau. So this is a non-gray world, right? It's blue. What produce does is, just like how there's a good here, this thing is a dice. During a produce phase, you take this dice and you put it onto the world, which means there's a good there. Now, do I want to do it right now? Well, this is probably all I can do. There is an extra little sort of mechanic in the game that I haven't explained yet, which is reassigning. Over here, every turn, you're allowed to spend 1 dice to put it into the reassign queue, and then you can reassign any dice into another area. So you can, as long as I spend 1 dice, I can reassign another dice towards anything else. So I could do something like this or whatever, towards development. But I don't want to do that. I want to do this, I think. And then if I get more explorers, I'll either get more credits for more money, or maybe I'll get more cards because I'm about to build out all of the cards that I had in my construction. Let's end with this. Okay, so someone did lock in Explore, which is good, since I did want that. Actually, they locked in all the ones that I wanted, which is insane. So now that we're talking, hopefully, you understand how to play this game. Basically, what you want to do is you want to lock in a phase that benefits you the most, but also have dice in other areas that could potentially benefit from other people locking it in. Because if you don't lock in a phase, that phase doesn't happen. So notice how nobody locked in the development phase, which means the development phase as well as the shipper phase is not going to happen this turn. So all those dice that I put into those phases, if I had put it in, wouldn't do me any good. Now they get returned to the cup. I don't lose it, but it's just, I'm not getting maximum value out of those phases. So actually, I'm getting value out of all my dice this time around, which is, personally, I think very good. So I'm actually going to Scout. And what Scout does is I can discard a card, which I'm not going to do. But for every card I discard, I get to draw number of cards discarded plus 1. So if I don't discard any cards, I get to draw 1. If I discard 1 card, I get to draw 2, so on and so forth. So I'm going to draw 1, and then this will go at the bottom of the produce pile, the construction pile. So, and then it has 2 sides, so you can either go on the world side or the development side. So for develop, it says plus $2 at the end of this phase, including the phase in which you complete. Okay, so every time someone picks develop, I get $2. That's pretty good. This seems to have more synergy. So I'm gonna do that instead. And then I'm gonna get 1 more card. Okay. Apparently Jimmy and Alan, they just messaged me. They're gambling doctor cards together. They pull together all their money and they're trying to gamble them away. I don't know. Recording a video right now, but I'll join right. Okay, let's I'm not gonna discard these 2, so I'm gonna draw 1 more. Alien planet, it costs 6, but I get a yellow dice. It seems expensive. Reassigning a blue or green die to any phase. That seems a lot better, so I'm gonna keep that one. And then I'm going to stock for more money. So now I get $3 to use next turn. And then I am done. So that's my explore phase. Nothing happens in development phase. And again, I have 2 in the settle phase. I have 2 dice. So I'm going to use the 2 dice towards the world. I'm gonna place it, and then I gain a red die in my citizenry when I place the world. So I just basically get another die in the pool, and then I will place this good in. Done. Okay, so next turn I probably want to trade away some dice. So first of all, I need to figure out what dice to put in the cup. So this actually takes a little bit of strategizing because they have different weights, right? So for example, red dice are more weighted towards development and settlement, whereas, you know, white dice, for example, are kind of evenly distributed, and then blue dice is more sort of, it leans more towards trading. So I think I want to trade some of my stuff away just so I can get some currency, or just some money. Currency, I'm still talking PoE. And then I'll take a red die. Hopefully I can put into development. Let's roll that. So now I only have 3 dice left because I don't have that much money, right? Okay, so what did I get? This isn't bad. I don't really want to settle right now because I don't have enough dice to build a 2-cost world. I think I would prefer to do something like this. I trade away 2 of my goods, and then hopefully I get to produce 1 more. If not, that's fine. Okay, that. Okay, so everybody locked in trade, so only trade is happening. Okay. So this is $5. Plus $2 each good you trade from a cyan world. Okay, every time I trade from a blue world, I get $5. I don't need that much money. I don't have that many dice, so I'm gonna consume this for points. Now, everybody else is pretty low on points. This guy has 6 points. This guy has 2 points. So they're not... It's easy AI after all, but... and then I have $6, so I can basically put all the dice in there except for 1 white die, which is fine. So let's roll these. Okay, so we got a lot of explorers, which I really don't want. We got develop, which is okay. And then we got produced. So I want 1 produce at least. Let's produce on all 3 worlds. And then do I really want to explore? I suppose it's not that bad. And then if I get developed, that'd be nice, because then I get a hydroponics guild, which is actually a pretty good card, right? Because it allows me to reassign a blue dice into any other phase. So if I already had hydroponics, I could move this blue dice, somewhere else. Let's go with this. So what got locked in? Produce. Okay. So we'll just place them anywhere, because we only have 3 worlds that is usable. And trade, I don't have anything on trade, but that's pretty good, because I think I can get a lot of points from trading those away. Now, I don't have that much money. I only had $1. I didn't make any money that turn, so I could only add 1 dice. That's all right. I got 2 here. What we'll do is we're gonna trade worlds. Okay, so we got another world. Oh, by the way, when does the game end? The game ends when a player has 5, 6, 7, 12 cards, I believe. So this one counts as 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how many I currently have. When you have 12, the game ends. Or when the number of victory points in the pool runs out, the game ends. So, here. I get to trade 2 of these away. Okay, so how consume works is if the good on the planet matches the color of the planet, you get an extra victory point. Normally, you get 1 victory point. If the good matches the planet, you get an extra victory point. And if the ship that ships the good away matches the color of the planet, you also get another victory point. So this is actually the most efficient for me, because I have a blue good as well as a blue ship, which I can ship away on a blue world for 3 points. Whereas normally, if I were to do this, the ship is a different color, I only get 2 points. And if I were to do this, the ship and the good are both white, I only get 1 point. So, I'm gonna do this for 3 points. And then I'm going here to trade. I'm gonna trade the white good away for money, so I can get some more dice next time. I'm gonna call it. So now I have $6, which is perfect. I can return 6 dice back. Let's roll that. Okay. I would like 1 on reassign. Actually, at this point, my engine is going. I think I just do... When you're pretty confident, that you're winning, and then you can sort of, maybe let's do this. Let's reassign here. But if I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna win with the current engine that I have, you just keep doing what you're doing, right? Like if you locking in one phase is a lot stronger than the other people getting that phase, then you keep doing those phases and then you pull ahead. So what I'm gonna do is every turn I'm gonna produce, and every turn I'm gonna trade if I can. I'm gonna either try and ship and produce, and hopefully that will give me the lead, because currently I have 18 points. I've gotten 5 points so far from shipping, whereas this guy's at 2 points, this guy's at 8 points. They're really far behind. Okay, so explore did go through, so I will scout and draw 1. +1 victory point for each good you consume this phase. This is a really good development card. So this is a 6 cost development card, and the way it works is you get 6 victory points at the end of the game. So however much it costs is how many points you'll get at the end of the game. So this development costs 2, this world costs 3, this one costs 2. You add them up, that's how many victory points you have. Now, this one is worth 6 victory points, but if you look at the top right corner, you get victory points for every 1, 3, 6, 10 victory points you have. Okay, so 1, +2, +3, +4, +5. So currently I have 5 victory points on me. So I get +2 extra. So if I'm running a build or like a deck that focuses on getting victory point chips, which I am, then I probably want this card. There's a random planet, it's not that good. This is probably better. And then +1 victory point for each good you consume. This is really good. It's just really hard to get because it costs 6, right? Oh jeez. I don't need to scout then. I don't care about the planet. I just want as many dice as I can so I can get that 6 cost development card out. So let's stock up for more money. Okay, so we're gonna produce on the blues. So blue, that way we get the most points. They're gonna go to trade. Add these dice, roll it up. Hopefully we get more trades. Got a lot of develop. Can do this. We do want more develop, actually. Yeah. So I'm gonna put the produce dice on here. I want as many develop dice as I can so I can start working on the second card. So even though I don't fully finish development with 3 dice because I need 7, 1 for this card and 6 for this, I can start working towards the 6 over there. And then these will go towards point. So I like this very much, actually. We're gonna put 1 in hydroponics, and then we're gonna put 2 for galactic renaissance. Alright, so here, definitely I'm gonna be consuming 1 for point. And then the other one, I think I need to trade for money. Yeah. Because I don't have that many dice. Where are we at? We have 2 more trades. Just good. So we'll put this here. Oh, and I have 1 more wild. Okay, so we're gonna lock in development. So the problem with not finishing with developing a card is these dice get locked away and I can't really use them. So I really need to finish this as soon as I can. Oh, I think I just built it. Galactic Federation. When completing each development after this one, put 1 or 2 of the developers used in your cup instead of your... Oh, that's so good. Wow, this guy, his points just jumped up like crazy. It's the 6 + 3. What about this guy? This guy's super far behind. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. What am I doing? Assuming this one. Not trading. Okay. This. So we have a bunch in... Oh. Okay. So I can reassign 1 blue or green worker to any phase. I need development so bad. Then I guess I'll reassign this blue using this development card because I don't have anything to trade away. So I might as well try and produce. If somebody locks in produce, I can use it. And then I guess this explorer is stuck. Okay, well, explorer didn't get hit. And now I get to put 2 more dice in here. And I get to place Galactic Renaissance, which is huge. That's actually huge. Look at my points, 25. Okay. And I want the blue dice in my cup, and I don't care about the other roll. Okay, now I think I produce, I ship. I produce, I ship. That's all I do. So you put this here. do 4 produces and 2 shipments, maybe? Or you know what? 3 produce, 3 shipments. No. Do it like this. And then we get 2... We reassign 1 blue. And we get it onto one of these worlds. And I get an extra point that way, I think. Let's do it this way. Just in case someone did lock in, so maybe I should have done 3 and 3. Bit of, I wouldn't call it a misplay. You know, I was just trying to hedge my risk. This way I get all my production done at once. And then I trade. I think at this point I'm just going points. Keep going points. I can't. I need money though. How many extra dice do I have? Not that many. I only have 1 dice in the cup. Wait. Fuck, if I needed money, why'd I trade away the blue dice? That was... whatever. Okay. I think I want to trade. Then I will reassign 1 more to trade. No. Fine. Do it this way. And then if someone locks in produce, I won't waste the dice, I guess. Okay, nobody locked in produce. Everyone did trade, which is fine. So that's 3 points. Why 3 points? Oh, +1 victory chip for each good you consume. Oh my god, it's so strong. The game's almost over. There's 15 points left. But I'm running out of funds, so I need to decide this game pretty soon, I think. I'm gonna put 4 into produce and have 1 wasted dice on it. Because the red dice tends to roll development and settle, which I don't really need right now. Go. This guy's actually trading away, so he's consuming as well, so... Okay, now I really don't have any dice left. So let's put 1 here, 1 here. Yep. So we are going to trade this away for 4 points. Trade this away for money. Game's almost over. There's maybe 1 more turn. Let's wait 1 more turn. Let's get some money. Let's get some more dice. Now I think it's pretty much over. I can reassign 1 here. I can reassign here. Reassign here. That's pretty good. 1 here. And then we're gonna treat this 4 points. 1 3 points. There we go. That's game over. We used up all the victory. You know, we exhausted the victory point pool. We destroyed them. I think we had a really good start this game. Actually, we actually had a really good start with these 2 synergistic worlds. And then we even, like, every time there's a development phase, we get money. Like, there was a lot of synergy here, I think. So you know, we got a really good start. The thing with this game, I find, at least with Race for the Galaxy, I'm not sure with Roll for the Galaxy because I haven't had that many plays, is that start is really important, and you know, there's a bit of a luck factor to the game. But you know, as always with luck-based rolls, you want to skew the luck in your favor. So there is that aspect of the game. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be playing this. You know, I'm not too sure how many episodes. This is probably just a few plays, but I actually have been really excited for this game. Race for the Galaxy has been like my go-to mobile game, you know, for the past few years actually, during my commutes. So I believe Roll for the Galaxy is coming out in August 25th for PC as well as mobile. Not sure if it's iOS or Android. For sure, it's there for Android. But you can check it out yourself. This game is developed by Temple Gates Games, and you know, I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are as well. This is a really nice game to just play casually when you have, you know, 20-30 minutes and you just want to flip some cards, right? Like, I wasn't even looking at these guys. I think once you play competitively, potentially you want to look at what these guys are doing and say, okay, well, this guy's going to benefit most from trading, so maybe I shouldn't be trading, right? But that's the game. And there is an online mode as well, but I believe since this is currently in, I don't know if it's closed beta or, you know, if there are some press keys out there, since that's, you know, I got this key from the developer. You can play online with other players, and I believe it's one of those turn-based, not turn-based, like what are they called, like asynchronous games? Basically, like, I play a turn and then I can close the game and someone else can play a turn, and when I log back onto the game I can see what they played and then I can do my turn. I believe it's like that, but I'm actually not 100% sure because I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. But you know, I want to try the online mode a few times if I can when the game releases, just because right now there aren't that many players playing. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.